Hey, what's up, guys? This is my 2000 Suzuki Katana 600 gsxf. I'm having a lot of issues with this bike. Actually, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I took a challenge a couple of weeks ago of buying this from someone that had it parked in a garage. That's why it's so good looking, and the paint still is flawless. But when I bought it, it didn't run because of carb cleaning. The tank needed cleanup, so I did all that. Apparently, and ask me how I know this, the drain from the gas tank, that little guy over there, was plugged. So every time water got around here, it got stuck in this place right here, and every time the previous owner opened the gas cap, it would just flow inside the tank. So there was a lot of, not corrosion, the tank was not that bad on corrosion's terms, but it had a lot of debris of this what the waters create. We'll know what it is what we found on the bathroom and all these water pipes and all stuff. It's that white stuff. I forgot how it's called. But anyways, I did all that. I cleaned up the carbs. I replaced a lot of bunch of O-rings. I didn't replace any jets. I used the OEM. They were all in good condition, just dirty. I didn't change it with no Japanese or not Chinese thing. So I did all that, and I replaced the spark plugs. I replaced the air filter, and I put a inline filter right here. You can see it down there. I did all that, and voila, it starts. So it was working fine at idle. Oh, that's what I thought. But now I have a different opinion after what just happened. So the first day I finished everything, and I tried to go ahead and drive it and see how it drives and everything. Everything was fine. It was idling okay, at least that's what I thought. It was idling okay, and it ran pretty nice. It didn't give me any issue. I took it on the highway, nothing happens. So I get back to my house and I parked it, and the next day when I'm gonna take it to go to work, in the middle of the highway, it kind of cut off, but didn't just cut off. It's just like it was missing power. I was doing I would say an 80, steady an 80, and it obligates me to go down to 60 and stay there without kind of hesitating. And then we'll drive like that for like a mile or half a mile, and boom, get back up and let me go to work. So first time I thought it was gonna be all the chemicals. I put some 2-stroke oil in the tank when I was cleaning it. When I refilled it with brand new gas, I kind of get it wet. Now I didn't put like a whole thing. I just kind of get it wet. So I was blaming that. So I just got to work, and on the way back, it did it to me once again. And I'm still blaming. But yeah, the second day, it did it again on the same spot. And on the way back, it did it again in the same spot. So I was like, this is not normal. There's got to be something else in here. So I did some research, and I did some information chase and stuff like that, and apparently there's this fuel floats that needed to be adjusted. I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. That was the second time. I removed the carbs out. Didn't notice anything different. I adjusted to what the manufacturers specify, which is 13 millimeters. I did all that and nothing changed. I put it back together and I drove it again and nothing changed. So I disassembled it once again. Again, looking for something that, you know, can give me a light or something, and I found this one. You see how this float was damaging here, which I saw before, but I didn't know. You know, it was doing the function very fine, so I didn't thought it was gonna be a bit of a headache. But I don't know if you're seeing the bubble. I hope you can see it, but there's gas inside here, so it wouldn't make sense that, you know, this car was having issue with the flow and taking gas from the older carbs. You know, I think at the time of this waiting more than the other ones, it would start more for gas. And, you know, I think this bikes, they are pretty annoying with these things. They affect a lot on the carbs. So I went ahead and, since, you know, this was looking the way it was, went ahead and I bought a single float OEM and I put it in. Again, I readjusted and did everything else I was supposed to do. Check for anything different. I did notice while I was testing all the holes that nothing was clogged. Again, I did notice one of the air passages from one side to the other. There's one of them that had less flow than the other three. So I kind of adjusted by hand with a screwdriver, and, you know, I kind of, at least by hearing it and feeling it, I kind of put them all four with the same flow. That's actually called the synchronization of the carbs. There's a vacuum gauge tool that it's meant to be for that, but I don't have it, so I just kind of did it by feeling and hearing it. So it kind of worked better. Put everything back yesterday. This was yesterday. Put everything back. Start the bike. It start at idle really, really good. Like I've never seen it before. But after a couple of seconds, it just start again. Like the RPMs on 1,000 RPMs, it's like kind of wobbling. If you accelerate, it will go below 1, or it will stay on top, and, you know, pretty unstable. I know the bikes, they're not the most stable RPMs you can see, but not like this one. I had a bunch of motorcycles before, and I even had one of these ones before, an 03. And I know when something's wrong. I know how to get it. Anyways, I'm gonna start it. So you can see I kind of warm it up, but still, you're gonna see how bad it feels when you start. It's doing that by itself. I tried to take it today for a test drive in the morning to go to work, but that was impossible because it didn't want it to start in the morning, and I killed the battery, so I had to go to my car. And now I'm back, so I'm gonna give it a try now, see if it still cuts off when you give it a lot of throttle and or you stay steady at a certain mileage. So I'm gonna give it a try and see if I fix that problem. The thing here is that I think I have two problems. I have a fuel problem, a fuel flow, or something else that at a certain amount of mileage the carbs are not getting the flow or the capacity that they are supposed to get in order to keep feeding the intake. And the second problem I think I have is this, the idling. When it's cold, I understand these are oil cooled machines. They take a little bit of time to warm up, and when it's really cold, you know, it's not gonna run perfectly. But like I said before, I had one of this one and it was not that bad. I mean, you start this bike in the morning and you cannot touch the throttle at all. It will stall of you, and I don't think that's supposed to be normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. I don't think I can record it, but I'll tell you what's happening. All right, so I drove it and I saw some progress. So I did around a 60-mile trip, 30-mile trip, round trip. So it was a total of 60 miles, and I was constantly from 80 to 100, and it was stayed pretty sturdy for a long time, and it was doing okay, but then it just did it again, and it actually did it twice on that trip. But it was picking up much better. It was picking up right away. I mean, when that situation happened, it was picking up back again faster. And my suspect before was that I was not getting enough fuel. Now, this shows that I'm getting more than enough fuel. Let's see this guy right here. Yep. So it's been dripping. So damn, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next. So the issue, it's still there. So that means I'm gonna have to get the cars out again. I'm gonna get all the tools I need. I'm gonna get a synchronizer tool for the carbs. I'm gonna get new flow needles, because the one I put on came with the Chinese kid that I put on, and now it's giving me a headache. I think that might be the problem. But yeah, I'm gonna order a new petcock. I'm gonna order a new one, the OEM one. I'm gonna try to play with the fuel mixer screw, because I found a lot of mixed information about this bike and this carburetor. supposedly this bike from factory is said to be 2 1/4 turns out. I did that, and I think it needs, or it's a reach at that position, or it is lean, because I don't think that's the accurate one. So I found another information about 1 7/8, which is almost 2 turns, and I think I'm gonna give it a try. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all the plastics. It's a pain in the ass to remove the tank back and forth with just unscrewing the top screws, and you don't have access to anything. So I'm gonna remove all the things, and hell no, I'm not giving up. Let's see what comes out of it. So if you have this problem, these are all the things that I went through. Spark plugs, I replaced the spark plugs, I cleaned the tank, I cleaned the carbs with a lot of patience. Yeah, I took my time cleaning the carbs. I replaced all the seals. I set the float height at what's supposed to, which is 13 millimeters. Some people say a little bit more, a little bit less won't matter, but I'm setting it to 13 millimeters, and I don't know if it's the problem anymore. It is at 13 millimeters right now. I replaced the fuel filter. This bike has new oil in it because with the situation before, fuel was getting into the engine. I figured that out when I got the bike and I did the oil change. It was fuel in the oil. So all that is fixed. What else did I do? I did put a inline filter on, which you already saw. It's a K&N filter. I did a bench test on it, and it has a great flow, so I don't think that's going to be either the problem. I also put, from the kit that I bought, I put some filters on the valve seat on the carburetors. I found online that some of these bikes, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that this is one of them, but I heard that this bike does not come with those filters on the valve seat. So what I'm gonna do next, when I take everything out, I'm just gonna take it off, because I remember there was one out of 4, there was one left. The other 3 didn't have any. So I don't know. That's another thing. There were previous hands before me inside there. So maybe I'm doing something wrong, because what I tried to do was putting everything back together the same way I took it off. And I don't know, maybe the previous person who worked in there did something wrong. I don't know. It can be a possible thing. But I got a lot of information right now. I'm gonna keep digging for more information. See what's going on. We're gonna do also a compression test just to take that out of my mind. I'm gonna do a compression test in the next video once I have everything out, to see if it works. What else? And that's pretty much it. I can't remember anything else I did right now. But I'm also gonna replace all the lines, all the fuel lines. I'm gonna replace them. They got a good flow. Like I said, I tested everything. I tested on the bench, and they got good flow. But I'm just gonna replace it. I don't know how much time that thing has been there, so I'm gonna do that too. I'm not giving up until I find something that, alleviates my mind. I don't know, it can't be that hard, man. Let's see. If you like this video and you already did all the things that I mentioned, and you still are having this issue or one of these issues, stay tuned, subscribe. I don't do this for money. I don't care. I'm just trying to help other people with the same situation as I am. I will kind of continue on this. I'm going to take everything off again, and hopefully I found the problem. Stay tuned. See you in the next one.